Right. Hello. Home life. Home life was good. My dad always made time for me when he wasn't working. My mum was always my mum. She was good as gold. She really was. Dad would take me fishing, or down the field, kick a rugby ball around, or throw a ball around, or a frisbee, or anything like that. And my mum was always there to supply hugs and kisses and food and clean clothes. She still is, mad as a hatter. I think one sort of kiss and hug scenario came after I think I had my first bike. It was a budgie. It was a budgie bike, which it's a cheap version of a chopper. Everyone knows chopper bikes. Yeah, it was a cheap version and I used to ride around the street like a bloody loony on this thing. It was bright orange and it was a mad thing. Where I grew up, loads of kids growing up, loads of kids doing their thing. It was really good. And a lot of them, older than me, could ride their bikes with no hands on the handlebars. They just following up, poses, all this sort of stuff. Now, growing up, I thought, this was awesome. I'm going to learn how to do this. So after studying for a while from a distance, I got the equation going on in my head that basically to make this work you had to go as fast as you could. So the faster you went, the better opportunity you had was removing your hands from the handlebars. So I got on my budgie and I went hell of a level down the road. That's me pedaling, by the way. And when I reached the top speed as I could, I took my hands off and I was like, yeah, look at me, I'm cool, I'm fit. And then before I knew it, before I was sat on my going, yeah, cool. Then I was going through the air, doing my greatest Superman impersonation. The bike disappeared from underneath me. It scattered on the road, and then my face made contact with the road. This part of my face, my hands. I screamed like a man possessed. I did. I yelped. At the time, I thought it was blood pissing out my face, but it wasn't. It was a heavy graze. But at the time, it was blood. You're gonna die. Went right into my mum. Bless her. She kept her calm as mums do, and she bundled me in a car and took me up the road to her friend's house, Marge, who just so happened to be a doctor. Not a doctor, sorry, nurse, I think she was. So we run up there, and she was an Irish lady, very bizarre bodily habits, flatulence. But she was a nurse, so she sorted me out, and she sat me on a worktop, had a look at my face, told me to be quiet because it wasn't as bad as what it looked, and decided to put, the best thing to do would put an ice pack on my face, on my heavily grazed chin. Now, it's very well and good, but I don't know what caused the worst thing, because she put this ice pack on. It hurt like hell. I jumped 6 foot in the air and smacked my head on the cabinet above me. I don't know what hurt worse, the concussion blow or the graze. I didn't ride no-handed for quite some time after that. It took me a while to get over that. And then they bought me a new bike, which was for rally. I think I mentioned it to you of a bike proficiency course thing, which we did in school. It was a rally bike, gold, and it had amazing 6 gears on it. 6, count them, 6. Wow, amazing bike. I had mirrors, and I also had a mileometer thing, which you put on the front wheel. And as it turned, it told you how many miles you'd done. Oh, amazing thing, man. No one else was allowed to ride that bike. No, that was my bike. It was mad. It was mad. But it was a lovely bike, and I kept that bike for years, even to the point where it was far too small for me, and I shouldn't be riding it. But I loved that bike. It was mad. I did find out one thing about, for drop handle bikes, apart from having a razor blade shell, like the saddle you could literally shave with, it's like, it was narrow. And also that drop handle bikes are not made for jumps. No. Now I tried doing the jumps. On one occasion I came just on the end of the playing field at the end of my street, the path going down towards the leisure centre, there was a ramp off, and a lot of kids used their bikes to jump there, mostly BMXs, because they were the bikes that were supposed to do it. You can't do it with normal bikes. Anyway, I went hammering down there. Off the end, I am a god! Straight into a load of stinging nettles, uncontrolled, head over fist, in my shorts, no t-shirt. Oh, that wasn't a very good thing. No, because Evel Knievel, I was not. Straight into stinging nails, covered in thousands of stings. I never repeated it. I managed to get home, but never do it again. Never do it again. It was mad. In the street, there was a mad amount of people in the street. There really was. There was Andrew, Trisha, sister Heather. We have the Hodges kids. Simon, Nicola, Tim, Darren, brother Chris, a couple of girls. It was mad. There was loads of guys. Some of them I was really good friends with. Sorry. There was another 2 kids as well there, and their dad, we didn't know his dad's name, but we called him Pieface. Not a very flattering name, but we gave him that name anyway. I think it's because he had a flat face, a bit rounded. Sorry, Pieface. Some were same age as me, some were a bit younger, some were a bit older. But it was great. You were told to go out and play, when you want to be home, Mum, when the street lights come on. That was classic, when the street lights come on. Like down the road we had a tump. Well, we called it the tump. It was an old Roman fort mound. They're everywhere, aren't they? But this one even had a moat. So when it rained, you had a moat. It was great, and there was trees everywhere. And as kids, we used to grade the trees on how to climb them and what they needed to be done by. It was mad. It was fantastic. And we had one, there was quite a few of us who went down there. I think it was me, obviously, Chris, Mike, Angela, Mena. You had the twins. Loads of us went down there. It was amazing, just climbing, falling out of the trees, climbing them, falling them back out again, as you do. Dodgy swings set up, really dodgy swings. We set up a death slide at one point down there, and it basically consisted of a tow rope going from the high side down to the low side. There was a tow rope cut all the way down, and you used to slide down it. What we used was a stick, basically, it's the sturdiest stick you found. You slapped it on top, held it way, and off you down. Now and we all go down it. We used to use it all the time, and one time I was using it, and I slapped it over, sliding down as you do, and halfway down, the rope, it went clunk like that. Yeah. Went like that, and I started sliding down. The rope was right on my thumb, burning my thumb away. Now, most intelligent people would let go, wouldn't they? No, not me. I wasn't that intelligent. You can't really see it, but I've still got a bit of a scar. See this white bit by here? There you go. There you go. Still got it. Burnt down, and you come off it. I'm not looking at it. I'm fine. I'm gonna die! And that's it, you run off with your mum and have a good old cry. They patched me up. I was down there again within a week playing on it. It's kids. It's none of this sort of namby-pamby, nah, get on with it. If you want it, go and get it. It was mad as. It was mad as well, because growing up, I'm digressing a lot here, I know, I do apologise. But every year in Cardiff, they had like a horse show and military tattoo thing. It went on for years, and we went there as a family. Me, my sister, my mum and dad went there on a couple of occasions. I think my sister was heavily into horses and horse riding and bits and pieces, and I liked the guns and the military. And it was good. It's like, horses jumping fences and all that sort of stuff. So we had all style riders. I think my sister had loads of like autographs by them. And then you had a load of people with guns running around and abseiling down Cardiff Castle walls and running up and down and taking guns apart and putting them together again. Plus, it was a good excuse to stay up late and tell your mates about it for the following week. Because let's face it, he made it sound a damn sight cooler than what it was, but it was all good. It was really good. Christmas growing up. You believe when you're growing up. I think it's lovely that you believe in Father Christmas, don't you? You believe in him, and even up to a point where I knew where my mum and dad hid, like me and Miss Claire's presents, which was the devious place of on top of their wardrobe. Yeah, it wasn't a very hard place to find, but it was very cunning though. We had handmade decorations, courtesy of me and my sister as we were growing up, intimate with a new, shop bought ones and stuff like that. We actually got real trees back then for a while as well, much to my mother's horror. Pine tree needles everywhere, caused a mess, but you had fun. I remember it was a week before Christmas, putting up a tree. Me and my sister used to go mental. It was so much fun putting up the trees, and we had our favourite decoration on the tree, which we always wanted to put on for some unknown reason. But it was cool, and it was lovely. And every year the presents used to be under the tree. It used to be put down Christmas Eve. We got away with it. And then we could, even with Christmas, because Father Christmas, because we were Catholics, he brought them a little bit earlier, because we were good people. We used to go to midnight mass, which is a big thing in Catholics. And when we came out for presents were there, and because midnight mass was on Christmas Eve, so when we got back, technically it was on Christmas Day, so we could have one present. We could open one present, and as kids, you always want to open the biggest present. But no, it always ended up being a shitty present, like a pair of slippers, or pajamas. I say shitty. Back then, anything was bloody good. Anything was good. But it was mostly slippers. You always get it. And then you used to go to bed, wake up in the morning, and just hit for presents with a vengeance. You'd rip them all up. And you had the courtesy clothes. You had your new clothes, so it was a good time of year to get a brand new set of clothes. So you run off, had to put all your new clothes on, including socks, underpants, and shoes. And then, you used to smile at why the hell did you buy me these presents? And then just push those to one side, and then hit Scare Electrics or the records, and Polly Pocket games and stuff like that. Again, I've got loads of photos of Christmas time, so I'll have to see if I can dig them up. We were always allowed as well big Christmas dinner. It's lovely, and you were always allowed alcohol. You always were allowed alcohol. I think the flavour of the month was Snowballs. I think it was Advocaat, lemonade and lime, Baby Sham. Whiskey at the time was gross stuff. How could anyone drink that? Now I have to live on it. Just a raving alcoholic. It was good. Wearing new clothes. As I got older as well, which was weird. I started going down to my pub, going down to the local pub with my dad, the Hollybush, every year with my dad. Again, used to get up in the morning, and I used to wear smart clothes and all your new clothes, bow tie, cardigan, shoes, whatever it was. Pile on down to a pub with my dad, and even though I was underage, I had a few bevies because I was cool because I was with men. And played a darts tournament. I came second once, or did I get through to the final? No, I got through to the final once. I think I lost, but I got through. I got the trophy here somewhere. Okay, I have to dig it up at some point. I got through to the finals, and I still got the trophy. Yeah, which was bad, but that was later on when I was low. But Christmas was good. And we also used to get snow all the time. And we had some really massive snowfalls. I remember once my dad waking me up, and we went. He said, "Like, you're not going to school today." Why not? Open a window. So we opened the window and literally couldn't see the cars. No cars, no nothing. We went downstairs, opened the door, and it's just a sheet of snow. It was madness. Absolutely big, massive sheet of snow. And yeah, couldn't see a thing. It's great. And we had to walk to the shops and get bread. Ooh, and try to get milk. And we had to walk to church. Yay. But we didn't mind because time we were there it was mostly over, and then you walk back, so you just had loads of snowball fights and stuff like that. I remember we made an igloo in our street. I think Simon up the road, Simon and Nicola made it, but they made an igloo around one of the streetlights, telegraph poles. And at the end of the street, we made a massive barricade with steps going up one side, steps going down the other. But we had great fun because you were allowed out. You could go and play. You didn't have any distractions. It was great.